71 inland, 77 along the coast. For Tuesday, partly sunny. There can be an afternoon thunderstorm in spots, mainly inland. It should be dry along the coast. The high 88 at the coast, 94 inland. And for Wednesday, partly sunny. High 87 at the coast, 93 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
The Windsor of Ocala Father's Day Grill-Off, Saturday, June 8th, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. All proceeds benefit the Humane Society. To register, call 352-873-8000. Personal chauffeur driver needed. Requirements? Must be a hard worker with excellent customer service skills. Maintain a clean, neat, and well-groomed personal appearance. Ideal for individuals looking for a flexible job to earn extra income. Contact Tony Cole, 036@gmail.com. Again, for the personal chauffeur position, contact Tony Cole, 036@gmail.com.
Hey, this is Matt from Crossroad Auto Sales. I want to invite you to come over and check out our vehicles. All of our vehicles at Crossroad Auto Sales go through a rigorous 100-point safety inspection. We work with most outside finance companies, and we even have in-house financing available. Stop by today at 1800 Northwest 10th Street or give me a call at 690-6695. That's 690-6695. Crossroad Auto Sales. We won't leave you stranded at the crossroad.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
All right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Not a bad-looking Monday morning, right?
That's beautiful.
So most of you know that we broadcast from the mall, the Paddock Mall, and I wonder how many of you remember last year we kind of got excited. There was some dog houses going up outside of our door here.
Yep, air-conditioned.
They were air-conditioned. They were comfy cozy. There was a camera in them, so if you put your dog in there while you were in the mall, you know, you could check on your dog.
Yeah.
And on your phone, and you could talk to your dog. Remember that?
That's right.
And it had food and water, and it was air conditioned. Anyways, so it was kind of a cool idea, but for some reason, I don't mean to be political here, but for some reason, those in our government decided, no, we can't have that.
That's right.
Now, we live in Florida, but even if you don't live in Florida, anywhere in the country, right about this time of year, it starts to get hot inside of a car. Mm-hmm. And how many times have you passed a car where the dog is barking at you in the car, and you know that dog's got to be hot? You know? Rachel Bellis is on the phone. She assists with Spanish language cruelty cases around the world, and she's the manager of local affairs for People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. You know them better by their acronym of PETA. She's going to tell us what to do to rescue an animal trapped in a hot car and how to spot heat stroke symptoms in the animals. Mm-hmm. Rachel, good morning. What do we do? How are you? Where are you?
Hi, Larry. Thank you for having me. I'm located in Norfolk, Virginia.
Oh,
not
okay.
Too far away.
Oh, my gosh. Well, our condolences to you for that horrible story you had over the weekend.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That was so sad. Yeah, we work at a mall, and so we see this maybe more than we should. And I don't know why the it wasn't the mall. Can't blame the management of the mall. It was the city.
Yeah, the city of
They
Ocala.
said we can't have a doghouse.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Larry, many people don't realize that dogs in hot cars can sustain heat stroke and die in just a few minutes, or that even walking your dog on the hot pavement can burn their paw pads. And there are places where people leave their dogs chained up outside without access to shade or water.
Oh, my gosh.
And so the basic tips that I'm giving today are for people. So if you see a dog or anyone else in danger, you know what to do so that, you know, we can all have a safe and fun summer.
So what would you suggest that we do if we pass a car? Should we just call police, call the mall security in this case?
So the first thing you do is take down the make, model, license plate, and color of the car. Go running inside. If you're at a mall, try to have that owner page throughout the mall. Meanwhile, call the police, call animal control. This really is a matter of life and death because it can just take a few minutes. On a 78-degree day, it can soar to 100 degrees in your car. And I grew up in South Florida, and I remember how hot it can get and how quickly, you know, a car can just soar to very high temperatures. So we never want to leave the scene. If you're two people, one can stay outside with the dog, the other can go inside, make the calls, try to have the owner paged. But we never want to leave until we know that dog is safe and we do what we need to do, because we're not going to stand by and watch a dog die.
Yeah, good suggestions.
Sometimes people will park their car in the shade and leave their windows open for this too, and that's like not having any common sense either, correct?
Absolutely. People think if they park in the shade, if they lower the windows a little bit, or if they leave some water, the dog will be fine. But that is not true. Leave your dogs at home. The summer is no place to leave your dogs in the car. It's much better to leave them at home where they're safe, where they're cool. Temperatures can rise 20 degrees in just 10 minutes in a car. So we really need to be aware. Children, dogs, the elderly, these are the most vulnerable during the summer months, and we have to watch out for each other.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Can I ask a question about the bigger vehicles that you see sometimes, the motorhomes, I guess is what we call them, RVs? Sometimes I'll see them, and I know there's a dog in them because you hear the dog, right?
Yeah.
But they look big. They almost like a mini house. Are they the subject of the same conditions as a car would be?
Well, I think that they might be a little different. If they have electricity, maybe they can leave some form of air conditioning on or fans on. But most of the dogs that we see that are dying, between 2018 and 2019, there were 63 heat-related deaths. Those are dogs that were left in hot cars or left outside without access to shade or water. So we really want to focus on the dogs who are left in hot cars. But yeah, it's an epidemic, and we really need to get a hold of this. And people need to know how easily a dog can sustain heat stroke.
How do you, once you think the animal's having heat stroke, how do you revive it?
So if you see a dog, heavy panting, lethargy, their tongue has gone dark, they're vomiting, they're disoriented, these are all signs of heat stroke. So what you want to do is get that animal into the shade, give them some water. Don't throw freezing cold water on them, but put some on their head, on their chest, just as if we were doing that for ourselves. And if they're not coming around, take them to the vet ASAP, because their organs might have already started to shut down, and we need to get them to a vet. And also, I just want to mention that people are getting charged with cruelty to animals when they leave their dogs in hot cars.
Good.
There have been several cases already, yes. Right here in Norfolk, a gentleman found a dog in a hot car. This was maybe just a couple weeks ago. He ended up breaking the window to save the dog, and the owner of the dog was charged with cruelty to animals. The gentleman who saved the dog was not charged. There was just a couple last week in Georgia. They left their dog in the car while they went into the store. Somebody found the dog, the police came, and those owners were charged with cruelty to animals. So people do need to be aware that this is being taken seriously, and they can be charged with a crime.
Does the Spanish language part of your credentials play a role in what you do specifically with this subject?
Well, I will talk about anything animal related in English or Spanish. Most of the Spanish-speaking cases that I have are in South America or even in Spain. And but yes, I do actually deal with a lot of people in the States who speak Spanish, and maybe they don't speak English. And if they call to report animal abuse or something like that, then I do speak with them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm of the feeling that if you are having your dog in the car with you, that it should only be service animals, be certified and registered service animals that go with you, and then you have to take them out of the car because they need to be by your side all the time. So why don't the other dog animals have this common sense just to leave their dogs home?
Well, I think that people just don't realize that a dog can sustain heat stroke so quickly. I think people I'm just going to run into the store really quick. It's just going to be a few minutes. The dog will be fine. The dog will not be fine. Service animals can go with you everywhere, but there are many stores where you cannot take your dogs. And even if you think that you can take your dog into the store and you find out when you get there you can't, please take your dog home. Take those extra minutes to get your dog to safety. So we don't want more dogs to die in hot cars.
If I could just take a second, you mentioned the animal people in the community. We have a couple. I don't know who would show up to help out, but we have the Humane Society. We have Vocal, which is Voices of Change Animal League. We've had them in the studio.
Yes.
You can look these up. I don't want to just take my time reading the phone numbers, but also the SPCA of Marion County, and I believe we have a PETA branch here somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of different places. So the Humane Society, did I say them already? Endangered Animal Rescue Sanctuary, that's EARS, right? Mm-hmm. They might be able to help you. So there's a lot of resources out there, but definitely the police should be one of the calls, right?
Absolutely, because we don't want to sit back. We want to call the police before we have to do anything. I'm not going to hesitate in getting that dog out of the car, but we do need to take the legal steps, and one of those is calling the police or calling animal control. If they're taking too long, then we do what we need to do. Mm-hmm. But those are definitely the first steps that you have to take. And try to have the owner paged. Perhaps they can come out really quickly. I've done this before. I've gone into the store like a crazy person, yelling for the owner. They have come out, and they just didn't realize how hot their car had gotten. And I hope they learned a lesson from that experience.
Really? Well,
also, sorry.
No, it's okay. Go ahead. You finish.
I was just going to say that, since you guys are in Florida and I'm here in Norfolk, and it's definitely getting super hot now in the summer months, when people walk their dogs, please be aware that the pavement can get really, really hot very quickly. On an 87-degree day, the pavement can feel like 140 degrees.
Wow.
So if you have to walk your dog, try to walk them during the cooler hours, during the morning, later afternoon. Walk them in the shade. Use your hand as a test. Put your hand on the pavement. I do this all the time. If the pavement is too hot for your hand, it's too hot for your dog. So walk them in the grass. Take shorter walks. Make sure you bring water. And obviously, don't go jogging with your dogs, because they will fall over before they stop running. They want to please you. They want to keep going. They don't want to disappoint you, but they will fall over before they stop running.
And as you know, having lived in Florida, if you're visiting us and you're not familiar with the fact that most bodies of water have alligators in them, do not walk your dog close to the edge of a lake.
No, or a river.
And don't go swimming with the dog, because there are alligators in everything. So,
yes, exactly.
True. That's very true.
Rachel, thank you for the work you're doing. I love dogs. I love animals. Mm-hmm. I should have been with PETA.
Yeah, you still can.
Well, it's never too late.
Rachel, thank you for what you're doing. And do you want to leave us with is it PETA.org?
PETA.org, yes. We have tons of information on what people could do, on tips, on if you go on vacation, what to do with your animals. Everything is on PETA.org.
All right. Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you so much,
You're
Larry.
welcome. We'll be right back.
With a graduate degree in management and leadership from Webster University,